What is dyslexia? Let's dive in and find out what it's really about. Most people think dyslexia is just about reading and spelling. That's certainly part of it, but for me, it's much more than that. I describe it as my brain processing information differently. Dyslexia isn't a lack of intelligence, and it certainly isn't laziness. In fact, many dyslexic people are incredibly intelligent. The challenge isn't understanding information, it's often how that information is received, processed, and communicated. For me, dyslexia can affect reading, writing, spelling, memory, organization, and even sometimes speaking. There are times when I know exactly what I want to say, but the words don't come out in the order I intended. There are times when I can look at a page and my brain seems to jump ahead, skip words, or even replace words with others that aren't actually there. When I'm writing, I can know perfectly well how a word should sound, but my brain will decide to spell it differently anyway. Sometimes letters get reversed, sometimes words, and occasionally I end up writing something completely different from what I was trying to write. What's frustrating is that I don't always notice because my brain already knows what I meant to say. But dyslexia isn't just about the struggles. The other side of it is that my brain often makes connections that other people don't. I find myself thinking differently from a lot of people. I'll see solutions others don't. I'll approach problems from unusual angles. I'll spot shortcuts and simpler ways of doing things that make complete sense to me, but seem completely random to everyone else. It's almost like my brain is constantly looking for alternative routes rather than following the standard path. Sometimes that means I can take a complicated problem and break it down into something much simpler. Other times, it means I can look at a process everyone accepts as normal and immediately see a better or more efficient way to do it. The downside is that because it feels so obvious to me, I sometimes struggle to understand why other people don't see it straight away. Then I have to remind myself that they're probably looking at me, thinking exactly the same thing. That's one of the things I've learned about dyslexia. It's not simply a weakness or a disability. It's a different way of processing the world. Like anything, it comes with strengths and weaknesses. The trick isn't trying to become someone else. It's learning how your brain works, managing the difficult parts, and making the most of the advantages that come with it.